I'm joined today by Paul Woods. Paul Woods is a renowned psychic, clairvoyant, medium, however people would like to describe it. I first met Paul when I went to the Haunted Bunker down in Essex, which is where Paul's from, and we had a fantastic long dark night. A lot of it's on our website. We'll put a little bit of a clip up and show you guys what went on there as well. But we raised money for St John's Ambulance, which is quite a nice way of doing it. It was quite a scary night, and I met Paul when he was down there with Nicola Farmer, I believe was the other psychic that came down as well, and a great night it was, and lovely to see you again, Paul. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Lovely to see you too.
Yeah. We had quite a nice night that night, wasn't it good?
Yeah, it weren't too bad. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. It was a long night, wasn't it?
It was a long night.
Yeah, it was a long night, so I was a bit tired. So got it in the ear from my missus when I got home for not wanting to do nothing the next day, but there you go. That's sometimes what we have to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been into mediumship, and how did it come about for you?
Well, I've been doing it for about 6 years now, and my dad is sort of like quite a renowned psychic surgeon and spiritual healer, and I went to support him really because a lot of people in my family thought he was going mad, so I thought I'd go with him to support him and help him, and I wasn't too sure about it to start off with, but I went and it just sort of, people just asked me to do things, so I just ended up getting into it that way really. And you know, when there's something missing in your life and you don't know what it is, and then that's when I found out what it was. I found out that was the bit that was missing in my life, so it made a big difference to my outlook, and it's made me a lot happier as a result of that. So that's sort of how I got into it, yeah. And then it's sort of like joining the mafia really, if you know what I mean, because when you get in you never get out. So and that's it really. So when you start you can't it's a club you can't leave. So
now I know that obviously some people may watch this and think, I'm not really sure I believe in all of that, but at the end of the day, each to their own. Some people do, some people don't. That doesn't bother you, does it?
Not really. I mean, like my job is just to prove that they're friends and family and their pets as well. They live on forever, you know. And if someone comes and they're skeptic, then hopefully they'll have something that just makes them go, well, okay. Yeah, there must be something to that. Also, they get a lot of guidance as well from their friends and family that are passed, and they'll come forward and they'll say, look, we know you've been going through this, so that's a good thing, and that's really what my job is to do. It's not to convince people, it's just to do what I have to do, and hopefully they get something from that. Whether they believe or not, that's down to them. But I just want them to get something. I want them to feel uplifted, I want them to feel happy, and I want them to think, I haven't really lost them people forever. That's what our job is, So that's really all I'm trying to do. That's really all we're trying to do, is to give them comfort. And if someone has lost, the main response you get really is from pets as well. People, when you can bring like the pets through, people are like more overwhelmed than if you bring their mum through. And you go, I've got your mum. They go, okay. I go, I've got your dog Sheba. They go, oh my God. And that's it. Don't you want to speak to mum? And
I guess they never got to speak to their dog really in real life, did they?
That's right, yeah. That's right. But what people don't sort of realise about it is everyone does mediumship. Everyone does it. There's not a person in the world who doesn't, but they just don't realise they do. So, and it's sort of made so it's like so people think you're special to do it. You're not. All it is you just learnt that language, but everyone does it every day. And when you talk to people, they go, well, I had this feeling. That's your mum talking to you, or that's your nan talking to you. Really? Go, yeah, that's it. So everyone does it, they just don't realise. And hopefully when they come and see the show and see us work, and they'll understand that they are doing it every day as well. So it's not just about us, people thinking we're special, because we really ain't. It's about them thinking, you know what, I can do that. I can talk to them every day, and that's it. You don't lose someone if you speak to them every day, do you? It's only when you say they're dead, they're gone, I'm never going to see them again, then that's so final, and that's where the pain is. If you go, no, look, they're always with me, and I mean, I say to them, talk to your people you've lost every day. Say to them, hello, how are you doing? Oh, do you like that there? I mean, one girl, she rings me up now and she goes, I have to ask my mum now when I change the living room around. She goes, is that way? Oh, you don't like that, mum? And she moves all her stuff about, you know. And she said that's helped her so much because she still feels her mum is like really part of her life. So it's just about that really. And even she says, I don't know if I 100% believe. So, well, why are you talking to your mum then? And she goes, well, I don't know. And then taking interior advice off of her, you know. So that's it really. Yeah, that's it. So
now let's talk about the show. You're coming to Crawley, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, I know when we met before, he said if you ever want to come down to Crawley, let me know. So obviously I got on the phone and spoke to you and thought it'd be really nice for us to come here because next year we're going around quite a few places, but Crawley's going to be like our first one for the tour next year really. So and then I was thinking like a little hall, and then you got this fabulous venue, so I thought, oh, that's great. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And
that's going to be at the Horth.
At the Horth.
At the Horth Theatre in the big auditorium, and that's on the 19th of November, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's on the 19th of November. It'll be myself and George Lawson. Also, he's like an international medium and that. So it'll be the two of us, and it's going to be a little bit different to like other sort of shows, really, because we'll be working together and we'll be linking with people together. So hopefully there'll be a little bit of comedy there, you know, like where we're working between each other. So it'll be like uplifting. So I know some shows that people go to, sometimes it can feel a bit sort of downbeat, and it can be sort of a lot of tears. Well, we want tears, but tears of joy. To think, well, you know what, I'm so glad that, you know, my loved ones have come through, and like me and George sort of bounce off of each other, and he's not quite as common as me, so that's quite good. He speaks a bit better. So for all you common lot out there, you can listen to me, and the posher lot, you can listen to George. So that's it really. So
that's going to be brilliant.
I think it's going to be really good. I mean, we work together quite a bit, and it's just we've had such a demand now for it that we thought, wow, we'll start to go, you know, and take it out a bit. Take it further. Crawley, you're the first one.
Crawley. Now that's really good. They're going to be £15 for a ticket and £20 for it's a VIP ticket. Is it? They get to go in the after bit with some food and nibbles.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, you know what I'm like. I'm not really about the money, so but I think it's £15 for a ticket, and then the VIP bit is we can meet them at the end. They can ask us any questions and all stuff like that, and there's some food and all that. But don't expect any sausage rolls because I would have had them before anyone gets in there. I'm a bit partial to a sausage roll, as you can see, and but yeah, it's that sort of money, so that'll be okay. And just before people come to meet us and hopefully have a good night out, you know. And that's what I want it to be. I want it to be, well, that's not entertainment. I want it to be entertaining, if you know what I mean. And hopefully people just go home and think, you know what, I'm you know, I think there might be something to that, you know, and you know, I am going to start talking to my mum or my dad or, you know, my pet Labrador or whatever. I'm going to speak to them every day, and just so that they realise that that bond of love that you have, it never breaks. It's impossible to break. And obviously, like, we come forward sometimes and people think it's a religious thing, but it's more of a science thing, really. The actual connection is a science thing. So it's there is science, but the outcome is a spiritual experience, you know. So it's hopefully I'd love people to come and come and talk to us and just ask us any questions they want as well. We'll be doing that, any questions that they have, and as long as it's not the lottery numbers, because we'd have them.
You're saving them for me, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll talk to you later about that. I think it's 59 million tonight, so we'll share it.
Right.
So it's anything like that, anything they have to ask.
Great.
So yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and I do hope that you all come down and see Paul and George. I have to say, I've seen Paul working. He is brilliant. You were brilliant. He was brilliant. Don't let him say otherwise. He was brilliant. A lot of people do this, and I've got the lady with me, and Paul just went straight to the person he needed to speak to. It was very specific and very, very accurate. And the people knew exactly who he was talking about straight away. So I found him to be very, very good. And we would like to thank you very much for coming down all the way from Essex to see us here and come along and talk to everybody here in Crawley.
Go now, they know I'm from Essex.
No.
I'm going to go now.
They want to. He's a Londoner originally, obviously with the accent. You said you quite like Crawley when you came in. You said it's a lovely place, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it, yeah. So, it sounds funny, but I just driven past it when I've been to Brighton and Shoreham and places like that, or when I've come to go on a plane when I go on holiday, I've seen it. But I've never been here, and I was driving. I thought, I actually really like it here.
Yeah,
So it's really quite nice. So you never know, I might buy myself a caravan and end up on your drive.
It'll be a little bit of a slope one. Yeah, we'd like to thank Paul for coming down. We look forward to meeting George on the 19th of November. Booking it in your diaries, guys. 19th of November. Give the Hawth a call. Book your tickets now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.